Cutler's Court with the Cutlers.
Good day. We are here for the case of Colbert versus Jackson. You've known this gentleman since you were 9 years old.
Yes.
Why have you brought your boyfriend here today?
I'm here today because I would like to know if my first love is going to be my first heartbreak.
Wow.
I want to basically know for a fact if this is going to be a relationship that we're going to continue or if this is something that we have to move on from.
Okay, Mr. Jackson, what are you here to prove?
I'm here to prove to my girlfriend that I'm not cheating, that I love her very, very much, and that I want to spend the rest of my life with her.
All right, Ms. Colbert, what is on the line here?
This relationship itself, I mean, we actually were, we were on and off. So, for the past 2 years, we've been back together, and it's just, I feel like we took that break for it not to be this way now. So basically, I feel if it is that you're cheating, this relationship is going to be over. There's not going to be no more us because I took my time where I basically, in a way, waited for you. And now I have to revert back to starting over.
Okay, so you said something that touched me. You said, I feel this way. What does that mean? What is this feeling that you're having?
Part of me feels like maybe I should really look into my suspicions. I want to know what it is so we as adults, we can move forward with either together or separate.
All right,
Define it.
So, Mr. Jackson, is she just being insecure?
I know in my heart that I'm not cheating. I love this woman very, very much, and there's nobody else.
And that's what you want to prove to her today?
Yes.
But I gotta ask you a question.
Yes.
Have you given her any reason to think that you might be cheating, that would set that alarm off? Because women got this thing, right?
Right.
And when we got that thing and you set it off, it's hard for us to turn it off. So I'm not saying you did anything,
Right.
but is there something you could have done?
Well, what I could have done would probably be sometimes when we schedule a date or anything, at the last moment, one of my family members, like something might really happen, like a serious situation. I want her to know that if I really have a situation, it's actually the situation that I'm telling you. I'm not gonna tell you anything other than the truth.
I mean, that sounds reasonable.
Yeah.
Things happen. Just because you change plans doesn't mean something automatically is gone,
Right.
Down the road of cheating.
Here's the thing. When you tell me, hey, we're going out, we're gonna do something special this Friday. We're gonna do something special this Friday?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
And then you change. I feel disappointed. And I can do that every now and again, but not regularly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So here's the thing.
Yes.
We know that there had to have been some happy times. There had to be a time when you were enjoying each other and things were right.
Yeah,
Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, because they started out as friends.
Right.
And we started out as friends. We were friends for a long time before we made that turn. So when you all started out, what was it like?
Well, when we first started out, like I said, we were best friends. His school bus used to pick him up right in front of my house.
Oh, so you got the spy on him.
Yeah, so we met each other in front of my house one of our school days, and from that day forward, he became my best friend, and he also became my grandmother's best friend because she was in love with him.
See, getting in with the grandmother.
Yes.
Good move.
That's how you get it. That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
Now, you're blushing as you stand here right now. What went wrong?
Well, the first thing was last year back in February, I was going through his phone, and I came across a picture of a half-naked female in his phone.
All right, tell me why we got a half-naked woman in the phone, because I gotta tell you, I'd be a little tight about that.
Right. Like, I seen this picture. I saw that it was my friend's girlfriend. I felt as though it was inappropriate to be on social media because if one of my friends saw my girlfriend, I would want them to tell me. So I just felt like if he didn't see it already, I'm just gonna show him. And
I'm not sure I'm buying it, but I haven't walked away from it, but I'm not sure I'm gonna buy that one.
My story, I'm sticking to it.
But the other
That's
side of
so
this is
constant.
stay out of folk business. That's messy.
Yeah.
Don't get in folks' business.
Yeah, never again.
That's
Do you
between
have
his
any other-
girlfriend and him.
Another thing was earlier this year in March, I don't think I seen him for like 2 days. I think he went to go take care of his aunt or something. And then, he comes back and I hug him and I see a real long piece of curly hair in his beard. Now his aunt, she has shorter hair and is straight. So I know it wasn't his aunt. So I asked him, I'm like, so since when have you had weave in your beard? So he comes to me and say, oh, I stopped at one of my friend's house again, and his little sister came and hugged me. His friend's little sister that he told me that the friend it was is 6 years old. She's about yay high.
Wait a minute, does she have a weave?
No, that's the thing. She
Okay.
has straight hair. She has straight brown hair. This was long, curly, jet black hair.
So you believe that's the hair of someone he's messing with?
Yes.
Come on, man. Tell me about the hair.
I have not had curly hair in God knows how long, okay?
Where did the hair come from?
It came from his little sister. Like,
His little sister has a weave. You gonna tell me she has a weave? You gonna tell the court she has a weave? Yes or no?
yes.
Yes, she has. Ron, help me. Unbelievable. Exactly.
Unbelievable.
Oh boy.
Please tell me there's nothing else.
Yeah.
He went on a camping trip for his birthday last year. And with the camping trip, he brought it up to me once, and he brought it up the week before the designated set time.
Okay.
So he said, babe, you know, the guys are trying to plan a camping trip for me, so I might be going, but I'm not sure yet. I said, okay, well, if you decide to go, just let me know, give me a heads up, so when you go, I can find something to preoccupy my time while you're gone. The next day, I was with my mother. I was running errands with her that whole day. I'm trying to call him, get in contact with him, and he's not answering his phone, any of that. So I go to his house, and they're like, oh, he left. He went on a trip. I didn't even know. Like, I didn't know when he left. I didn't know who he left with. All I knew was his friends, and he has a lot of friends. So how do I know if you going with all of them?
All right, I gotta ask him. Did you confirm it or not?
No, I didn't.
All right, so there it is. And that's what it looks like when
He
you don't
confirmed
confirm
it when
it.
he said it. I might be going on a camping trip.
All right, okay. Here's a life lesson here in the household. Confirm it with me. Yes. So we don't have this conversation. You gotta confirm it. All right, so why didn't you confirm it with her? Why did you just pop up and go and not tell her?
I felt as though me saying it to her at first was, okay, well, he might be going, and that's just pretty much that. I went on the camping trip, and I told her, but I didn't confirm that I was actually going.
Okay, do you have any concerns about what happened on the camping trip?
Yes, because it wasn't until the day after he came back when a friend of his came to the house. We're all chilling, we talking, and the friend goes on and say, hey, one of the ladies who came to the cabin left her wallet. Now, from my understanding, this was a guy's trip.
What ladies were on the trip?
Well, I didn't plan this because it was originally supposed to be a guy's trip. So when the female showed up, it was kind of like a surprise to me. So
I bet.
But yeah, it was a really big surprise. And that's why I stayed over here, because the females are over here and I should be over here.
All right.
So do you believe that? Do you believe this?
I don't even know how to react to the way I feel about what I think he's doing.
All right. Well, in addition to this love suit, we have a countersuit. Is that correct,
Yes.
Mr. Jackson? Tell me about that. Why are you countersuing your girlfriend?
Well, here's the phone.
Would you get that,
pretty
please,
much
Ron?
Yes,
Thank
Sean.
you.
Broken.
Thank you.
And me and her were just walking down the street having a discussion, and it turned into an argument. And once it turned into an argument, she kind of like grabbed my phone out of my hand. I tried to grab it back, and she just like kind of smashed it.
Why'd you break his phone?
Okay, well, the situation with that was we went to a friend's house. We got into an argument. The argument, he brought up old stuff. I brought up old stuff. So it turned to a lot of anger for a lot of old things. And then he said something about basically I need to get over it or whatever I was mad about. So I snatched the phone out of his hand and I threw it across the street.
Well, that would do it. And how much was the phone?
$100.
So clearly you have had your phone damaged, and you're asking this court to make a ruling on that, and we're going to do that at a later point. We're going to go back to the love suit and talk about it and resolve it.
To get to the bottom of this, the court would like to call cybersecurity expert Mr. Greg Evans. How you doing, Mr. Evans?
How are you?
All right. You are a cybersecurity expert, is that correct?
Yes, I am.
All right. Well, the court ordered Mr. Jackson to submit his phone for examination. Is that correct?
Oh, yes.
All right.
Mr. Evans, what, if anything, did you find on Mr. Jackson's phone?
Well, the first thing I found was
I uncovered where he sent a text message the same day he was notified that he was going to have to turn his phone into the court.
Okay.
Okay? And he sent a text message to a friend that asked him, do you have an old SD card?
What does that mean?
I want to take the SD card out of mine and put someone else in it so I can't get the deleted information. People try to do that all the time.
Do you have that evidence?
Oh, yes, I do.
June 22nd. Yo, you got an old SD card, G? And the response is, hell nah.
Why are you trying to get an SD card when you know the reason we want your phone is to do a forensic analysis on it?
Well, that wasn't the reason why I needed an SD card.
All right.
I needed an SD card because the phone that I was using doesn't have one. So I felt like if I wanted any memories, I would, need an SD card. So.
Okay.
Were you able to uncover other things?
Oh, yes.
All right, share that with the court, please.
He's getting video calls and chat messages through like Facebook Messenger and things of that sort. We had to keep hitting deny or, not accept because he's getting calls from different people on the phone.
From multiple women?
Multiple women and a couple of his buddies. This is why I'm doing the exam of the phone. That's what took so long.
And Mr. Jackson, can you tell me why multiple women are trying to contact you?
I have no idea, Your Honor.
Where are you meeting these women?
I'm not necessarily meeting them, they're
Yeah,
already
you are.
Like my friends type thing,
Would you show those texts and things that you're receiving to your girlfriend?
No.
If they're G-rated and innocent, why not?
Because they can be turned into something else, as if I'm
You can't
cheating
turn a
or-
G into an R.
Yeah, I know.
How are you feeling, love? Here's what I need you to do. I need you to look him in the face and tell him how he's making you feel at this moment. Because he said he doesn't want to hurt you. I want you
I'm
to tell
not the
him.
one that you want to be with, obviously. I have not given any other man the idea that they had a chance with me.
That is the truth right there.
Mr. Evans, is there any reason to believe that this communication was something more than G-rated?
Oh, much more. I did find one homemade video that was sent to him. And I'd like to submit it as evidence to the court.
All right. We probably need to look at that first before.
Oh, you definitely, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'd never seen that before either.
Okay, Mr. Evans, as delicately as I can put this, this appears to be a woman who is pleasuring herself.
Yes.
Is that a fair description?
Yes,
And this is not from a porn site.
that is correct.
How long ago was this put on the phone?
Oh, this was put on the phone in the last 6 days.
All right, please.
Let me get
that's
this back
enough.
to you.
Yes, and
A whole lot.
Yeah.
That's a whole lot. Okay, can you tell me why 6 days ago a lady is sending you that, and you know you coming here?
Yeah, I don't have any explanation for that. That's.
Have you been with this woman? I mean, nobody sends that kind of thing unless you've seen it.
Yeah,
Right.
we moved from G-rated now. This is past R.
Well, this is past X.
It's past Z.
Yeah, thank you. There's a new alphabet for this one.
Right. I really don't have anything to justify that. I know I was wrong for even.
You may not be able to justify it, but you got to explain it.
Right.
So my question to you is, one, do you know the woman?
Yes.
Have you been with that woman?
No.
Why in the world is she sending that to you? Why does she think that that's an appropriate place in your relationship, whatever that relationship is, to send you that?
Well, apparently that must mean that she wants to be with me.
Really? You think?
Yeah. That's just what I got from it. But I want her to know that I want to be with her. I don't even want anything to do with that girl.
Your response to a lot of this is, well, I have no explanation. That's not cutting it. Because not only do you have to explain it to us, you have to explain it to Ms. Colbert.
Right.
Is there anything you want to say?
Besides, I'm sorry and I apologize for everything that I've done. I can change. I know I can be a better person for you and for us.
I'm good.
What do you want to do, love?
Leave this relationship with my dignity.
All right, Mr. Jackson, you came here suing for $100 for your phone.
Yes.
And Ms. Colbert, you admitted that you broke that phone. Is that correct?
Yes.
While there's a man's perspective and a woman's perspective, there's a legal perspective. You cannot destroy folks' property. And so, as much as it pains me, I'm going to have to rule in favor of Mr. Jackson. So the court will award you $100 for your phone, and we'll have to rule against you.
Ms. Colbert, you appear to have made your decision, but I do want you to know that the court does have counseling resources for you. As we say in this courtroom, don't cheat yourself out of the chance for a good relationship. Court is adjourned.